Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of this All You Need Is a Ball series focused on freestyle, freestyle culture, freestyle history, and once again, we've got Mr. PWG.
That's me-ish, yep.
Lovely to see you again. This is good to get. I don't know if I like it yet or not, but every week we're having these chats, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good to hear that you, for once, that you're enjoying it, because you're not enjoying our other chats. So.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. So the purpose of this week, we're going to this time explore a bit of the impact of freestyle on life. Life on a personal level, life on a future level. I know, again, from our various chats over the years, you've got some great examples and some very specific thoughts on this. So why don't we just start talking again about you, because you love it.
Well, so do you. So.
And let's look at what impact freestyle's had on your life and your interpretation of that.
Yeah, so I think that freestyle's impact on everyone who is freestyling has been different on different levels. Obviously, how much time you spend on it, how long you've been doing it. But the first thing that I think about that the impact freestyle has had on me is independence. So going from a culture of football where the team matters, someone tells you what to do, if the team falls, everyone falls. It's a collective guilt if you lose. It is a collective win if you win. Even though someone scores all the goals and someone else makes the mistake, you all win as a team. But in freestyle, it's like when it comes to competition, your success and your failures, they start and end with you. So, and also your progress in training, it also starts and ends with you. So it's up to you to be disciplined, to work hard every day to become a better freestyler. And that has impacted me in so many ways. Like, obviously, I has set up like a disciplined way to train every day. Like, there's no excuses. I just have to get at least half an hour or an hour training every day. If I'm injured, okay, let's focus on something different. Maybe I can balance the ball on my shoulder and learn that. If my hip is injured or my knee is injured, if I'm neck problem, maybe I can do something else, always adapting to the situation at hand. And I think that this mentality has helped me in a lot of other aspects of life. But independence is the most important part, in my opinion. So
it's kind of, I mean, that part can obviously relate to many other sports in that respect. So let's forget football for the purpose of this talk, especially because we're always being compared to football, I guess, in the fact that the ball is used. But clearly, when we're talking about this, it's a very different discipline. So straight away, it reminds me, I'm a tennis player as well. So tennis would be another one where it's just you and the ball and your racket on a court. If you mess up, it's your fault. If you've got to be on point the whole time. So now we can start relating to other sports, other disciplines completely, and finding ways to relate, to understand their struggles.
And I think
about how you train. Do you look at those training examples as well of other sports, or is it really isolated for you?
I would say that the reason I have been able to train for 14 years without, being extremely frustrated with life, because freestyle at times can be extremely frustrating. The reason why I think that I've been in the game for so long is because I've structured my training with one purpose, and that is to have fun. And if you add the element of you having fun, you can train forever. That's the thing. But if you set yourself a goal, or like set goals in freestyle, obviously you have to do that as well. But if you only set your goals like this and like this and like this and like this, you're bound to be disappointed at some point and like maybe quit because you're not motivated enough, you're not disciplined enough, you're not working hard enough, your head is not in the right place. But I've always had the the passion for freestyle because I've made every training fun. So I haven't looked at other sports training mechanisms. I've always followed my own path when it comes to training. And it has been my downfall and my pride at the same time, because I'm not consistent in competitions because I hate training consistency and sets and stuff like that.
So it truly is, yeah, it's a freestyle approach to training. Forget the sport. So
exactly.
So you're saying it's what's the word? You're discovering new ways every day. You're discovering yourself as you push yourself to do different things and just react to the situation or the bounce of the ball, as opposed to a preset routine, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so a lot of people ask me about training routines. Oh, do you train lowers on the weekends and then sit downs on Tuesdays? And like, I don't know. I go to the gym and like, how do I feel today? Got a little bit of a pain here. Okay, then I'll train that. Or I feel like I want to run with the music today. Okay, then I'll do that, because I want everything to be fun. But the thing is that, yeah, go on.
Go on. No, I was going to say that you've been successful, not denying that, but you haven't won all the tournaments out there. So would you say that's part of the reason, that because you haven't had maybe that discipline, that's the difference, is it?
I would, yeah. You could see it in both ways. Like, I think that I had a discipline to train, but my goal was never like, I didn't narrowly look at, I'm going to win Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. I'm not going to, that was not my main goal, because if I was to spend 9 months of the year training the same stuff every day, I would go completely insane. And in my opinion, those 9 months is not worth the title Super Bowl in the end. Because for me, it's about community, it's about self-discovery, it's about enjoying your time with the ball.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been doing it for 14 years, being mad at the ball at sometimes, but genuinely enjoying myself for 14 years straight. And not many people can say that they've done that in any aspect of life.
Yeah. No, and I think but that would be one massive mission that I hope one day someone's probably one or two people are going to watch this. And if one of those people, one of those two, as a young person aspiring to just enjoy a ball and the game in some way, can take that notion of not doing it for any greater overthought process, but then to enjoy the ball and to develop themselves as a person through this. That's what freestyle was. I remember back in when I first had contact back in 2006, 2007, seeing everyone just training, just having meetups, and there was no direct goal of aiming to become a champion. I think it's great that we've got those platforms now and people can train to become champions. But the thing is with that is a champion is 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 maybe even as well in most sports. To have that mentality of Andrew Henderson, who is at all costs going to win every event before he's happy. That his discipline and his approach is very different to most people that I think I've met. And there's no right or wrong to that. But if it's 1 in 1,000, let's say, that's going to be a disciplined, champion-orientated athlete, what happens to the other 999? They need to enjoy the ball. Otherwise, if they're not having fun, they're going to drop out and they're going to do something else, right? Yeah,
exactly.
So we need to keep the sport alive by saying training is fun and it's not about just 30-second sets and the next battle. And we need to encourage people to get together again, and just when there's no coronavirus, to just learn from each other, learn on your own from home, and then express themselves with the ball.
Yeah, well said from a non-freestyler.
Simple. All right. I'm training. No, I don't. All right. So then something else you said to me the other day, which was very interesting, I thought, was the impact on life. Now, but when usually we talk about that, or people talk about that, you're saying how freestyle has enabled your life to grow, or you've achieved things because of freestyle. But you were talking about it slightly differently. Remind me how it works for you.
Yes. So basically, when people say that freestyle has affected their life positively, it's usually like, oh, I've done events in, like, for example, me, I've done events in 45 countries, right? And that's how freestyle has enriched my life. But that's in a direct, effect of what freestyle has made me. But in the indirect aspect of what freestyle has done to me is, as I said before, the independence, is that I can handle to do stuff on my own. And freestyle has enabled me to see that I am on my own when it comes to success in life, for example, that if I want to be able to do these events, it's not, I can't be relying on other people all the time. I have to do stuff. I have to believe in my own ability that I can do this. Because 14 years ago, I believed in my own ability that I can do an around the world. I believed in my own ability that I can do a hop the world. And still, me landing new tricks nowadays, I believe in my own ability to land this move, but I also believe in my own ability that I can start a successful clothing brand. 14 years ago, without freestyle, I could never see myself as this type of person because I was codependent. I was relying on other people. I was a one in a friend group that was just, tagging along with what was happening. But now I feel like I want stuff to happen. I want to create something. I want to be the reason that something happens, Yeah. So that is one way that freestyle has affected me without being, the main factor of me doing something. That was very, very complicated, but yeah.
No. I think, yes, you definitely waffled it, but you're saying, so it's self-confidence that has arisen. So you've applied that to everything else that you do. So if you look at it, and I talk about this whenever I'm talking to, whether it's clients or media or anyone about the sport, it's the fundamentals that I've seen people like you and every freestyler develop just from having a ball by their side and training. That's what is the most untapped part, I think. And that's basically what you're saying there is you believe in yourself. You know your body better than you did before. So you know when you're feeling sick, you know when you need to rest, you know when you need to train more. And it sounds obvious, some of this, but those fundamental movement patterns, understanding your spatial awareness, footballers don't even have that, and they're meant to be full-time overpaid celebrities, that get the value for their return. So freestyle has developed this discipline around self-esteem, self-confidence, and body awareness that I don't think there's many other sports can boast.
And I think also something that freestylers have grown is the how would you say, sustainability.
Okay.
Like somehow freestylers are like, okay, I have something here. I have a product, a gift. How can I use this so that I can do it every single day in my life? So you have a product, but you need to package it. So you do it by yourself because you know the value of your own product. So you sell this product, whether it's on social media or performances or something like that. And then you realize that, oh, all of a sudden I'm an entrepreneur. I'm self-employed and stuff like that. And you wouldn't think about yourself in that way before freestyle, or at least I wouldn't. And I shocked myself. Like when I told people about my story on how I could live off freestyle, people are shocked because when I was 16, I was sending about 200 emails to companies in Sweden asking for sponsorships, for performances, stuff like that, for very, very cheap, like very, very cheap. And that was me at 15, 16. But it's not the same. When I look back at it, it was like, yeah, what else was I supposed to do? But other people at my age at that time did not think that way.
Yeah.
But I think that was because I was training so hard all alone, and I was realizing that if I'm going to succeed, I have to do it by myself.
Yeah. You are very aware that you are on your own.
Yeah.
Which is no bad thing. As lonely as that sounds, it's no bad
It sounds
thing.
very sad. It sounds so sad. But as you know, like, because there are plants here, it means that I live with someone, because I would never have plants in my house. But yeah, it is a quite lonely life when it comes to, like, on paper, oh, you're training 3 hours every day all by yourself. But yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. Like, it's the best time.
And then yeah, I can see that. But that's why we feel this way, and why you get that sense of community, going back to what we spoke about last week, with whenever you go to an event and you just know that everyone's in the same boat. And when you do get together, it's even more like special and memorable. One other bit I just want to touch upon, which is probably more on the what's the word we were saying on the other reasons as to how it's impacted life. But one thing I've seen in so many borders around the world is how easy it is to impress upon other people. So there's a status thing here as well. But we've been down to Nigeria together. So going through border control in a country like Nigeria, which is mayhem. It's like it's chaos beyond chaos that you've never experienced. And it was
Don't do it unless you have to.
No, it's an amazing country, but get through.
Yeah.
It's not about the airport. Yeah, it was you, or it was Tobias, I think, or Laura even as well. They got stopped. Obviously, everyone's going to be extra questioned. Why are you here with a football in your hand? And just to demonstrate, oh no, I'm a professional, and this is what you do. And you get the whole airport stopping, like stop all this up. No, what have you just done? and you can bring a smile to so many people's faces, and it gets you into countries. Sometimes it gets you perks and benefits. So definitely there's some tangible benefits to doing this as well that's impacted on your life.
Yeah, and it's cool because I carry the ball everywhere I go. So I carry it with a little holder, so that people can always see, oh, there's a ball attached to his backpack. That's weird. And then that always sparks a question. So what do you do? Oh, let me just show you. And then there's like, oh, a free upgrade on Chinese airline. Cool.
No,
it has happened.
Actually, that's good. And actually, let's shout out to people like Keycraft, and I know for Freestyle's got one. You've got your own one. Come on, let's start with the originals. But
do you want to see it?
That, for the ball to be an accessory is really important. Yes, we do. Go on then. But I think it's really important that the ball is the accessory, and people can see that better thanks to these little devices, as we're going to have a demo now. There we go. Yeah. Very nice.
In it. So yeah, I'm really happy that I'm able to have that there. So it's an accessory, as you say, and it sparks a lot of questions always. Yeah. And it's always fun to like, oh, what's that? I'll show you.
And it gets annoying. No, don't get me. I know that it does sometimes, and you don't want to just be gimmicky, performing monkey, like, do a click of a fingers and you do something for us. But definitely, it's part of the sign of being a freestyler. I think now it's like, no, let's celebrate the fact that we carry a ball everywhere we go, and that's what makes us different to the average player. And it certainly makes you different again to a footballer, because they will just kick anything that they see. You've got your baby in a ball holder, and it carries with you everywhere. So yeah, I like that. Very good. Cool. I think we're going to wrap it up there. Anything else you want to say? Parting notes?
I think that we touched upon most of the stuff. Obviously, freestyle has affected my life in different ways, more direct than just me realizing that I have to be more independent. But also one thing that I wanted to touch upon, like very, very quickly, is because I was self-taught in freestyle, I have now understood that you can also be self-taught in many other things. and you can pick up a skill or an ability or knowledge quickly with, you know, with no money. You don't need money for it. You just need a lot of time, and you need your discipline. So for example, I've learned how to edit videos, edit photos, take photos, without having anyone teach me. Like, obviously I've been watching some tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that, but I told myself, I want to learn how to edit videos. I want to learn how to take photographs better. I want to edit color. So instead of like, I want to wait until I find someone who can teach me, instead I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 2 hours every day just sitting on the computer and watching other people do shit, and then learn from that.
Yeah.
And that has helped me a lot, because if I didn't believe that I could do it, I would never even attempt it.
Yeah. Like it. That's a very good point. Independence, once again, re-emphasized, and take control of your life. Thanks to the ball. All you need is a ball. Look at that. We finished on a high once again.
Full circle.
Brilliant. Thank you, Philip. Well, a pleasure as always. We'll continue next week with another exciting adventure.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Take care. Stay safe, everyone.